Welcome back to AFT Die Season 5. It is round 3. Let's go to the first game. It is Hawthorn versus Melbourne at the Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. The first quarter is nearly done. It's done. Hawthorn have kicked 4-5, 29 to Melbourne 6-2, 38. As we know, Melbourne are undefeated for Season 5. Let's go to the second quarter. It's Hawthorn kicking 2 goals, 1 to Melbourne 1-5. And at halftime, Melbourne are leading by 7 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Hawthorn have kicked 4 goals, 3 to Melbourne 3 goals, 6. And at three-quarter time, Melbourne are leading by 4 points. Okay, let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Hawthorn have got up. They've kicked 6 goals, 1 to Melbourne 1-5 in the last quarter. Hawthorn have won by 22 points. Final scores, Hawthorn 16-10, 106 to Melbourne 11-18, 84. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Collingwood versus North Melbourne at the MCG. Collingwood have kicked 5 goals, 3 to North Melbourne, 3 goals, 1. North Melbourne haven't won a game this season. Second quarter, Collingwood have kicked 3 goals, 6 to North Melbourne, 2 goals, 4. And at halftime, Collingwood are leading by 22 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, very even. North Melbourne won that by 2 points. Collingwood kicking 6 goals, 4 to North Melbourne, 6 goals, 6. And at three-quarter time, it's 20 points, the lead to Collingwood. Let's go to the last quarter. And in the last quarter, North Melbourne tried to get over the line, but couldn't get over the line. And Collingwood won by 1 point. North Melbourne kicking 6 goals, 1 in the last quarter to Collingwood, 2 goals, 6 inaccurate in front of goal. And the final scores, Collingwood 16-19, 115 to North Melbourne 17-12, 114. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Adelaide versus GWS Giants at Adelaide Oval. We've got Adelaide Crows coming out of the blocks, 5 goals, 6 to GWS, 2 goals, 3. 21 points down, GWS. Second quarter, Adelaide have kicked 6 goals, 2 to GWS, 2 goals, 1. Adelaide 11-8, 74 to GWS, 4-4, 28. As we know, Adelaide are on top of the ladder. They want to keep their winning score. Adelaide have kicked 6 goals, 4 in the third quarter to GWS, 2 goals, 3. And at three-quarter time, Adelaide are in front by 71 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. And in the end, GWS have won the quarter. They kicked 4 goals, 1 to Adelaide, 1-3. But in the end, Adelaide have won by 55 points. Final scores, Adelaide 18-15, 123 to GWS Giants, 10-8, 68. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Essendon versus Sydney at Marvel Stadium. Essendon have kicked 2 goals, 3, 15 to Sydney, 1-5, 11. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Sydney have kicked 4 goals, 2 to Essendon, 1-6. And at halftime, Sydney are leading by 10 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Essendon have kicked 6 goals, 6 to Sydney, 4 goals, 1. And at three-quarter time, Essendon have taken the lead again. They're in front by 7 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Essendon have won by 1 point. 2 close games so far. Essendon kicking 5 goals, 4 to Swans, 6 goals, 4. Final scores, Essendon 14-19, 103 to Sydney, 15-12, 102. Essendon by 1 point. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Brisbane versus West Coast Eagles at the Gabba. We've got Brisbane kicking 6 goals, 6 in the first quarter to West Coast, 3 goals, 2. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Brisbane have kicked 2 goals, 6 to West Coast, 3 goals, 4. And at halftime, Brisbane are leading by 18 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Brisbane have kicked 4 goals 5 to West Coast 2 goals 6. And at three-quarter time, Brisbane are up by 29 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Brisbane have kicked 6 goals 6 to West Coast 3 goals 2. And in the end, Brisbane have won by 51 points. Brisbane, final score 18-23, 131 to West Coast, 11 goals, 14-80. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Gold Coast versus Port Adelaide at Metricon Stadium. Gold Coast have kicked 5 goals 2-32 to Port Adelaide 4-3, 27. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Gold Coast have kicked 1 goal 2 to Port Adelaide 1-5. And at halftime, Gold Coast are up by 2 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Gold Coast have kicked 6 goals 5 to Port Adelaide 2 goals 6. And at three-quarter time, Gold Coast are up by 25 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Last quarter, Gold Coast have kicked 1 goal 4 to Port Adelaide 4-3. But in the end, Gold Coast have won by 8 points. Final scores, Gold Coast 13-13, 91 to Port Adelaide 11-17, 83. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Western Bulldogs versus Carlton at Marvel Stadium. Very even in the first quarter. Western Bulldogs have kicked 3 goals 5 to Carlton 3 goals 4. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Carlton have kicked 5 goals 1 to Western Bulldogs 4-3. And at halftime, Carlton are leading by 3 points. Third quarter, Western Bulldogs have kicked 3 goals 4 to Carlton 1 goal 3. And at three-quarter time, Western Bulldogs are leading by 10 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Last quarter, Carlton have kicked 5 goals 6 to Western Bulldogs 4 goals 4. But in the end, Western Bulldogs are won by 2 points. 3 close games this round. Western Bulldogs final score 14-16, 100 to Carlton 14-14, 98. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Richmond versus Fremantle, MCG, second last game of the round. We've got Richmond kicking 5 goals 2 to Fremantle 6-1, 37. Let's go to the second quarter. Richmond are down by 5 points. We've got Fremantle kicking 4 goals 3 to Richmond 4-2. And at halftime, Fremantle are leading by 6 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Richmond have kicked 6 goals 6 to Fremantle 3 goals 5. And at three-quarter time, Richmond are up by 13 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Last quarter, Fremantle have kicked 2 goals 4 to Richmond 1-3. But in the end, Richmond have won by 6 points. Richmond, final score 16-13, 109 to Fremantle 15-13, 103. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's St Kilda versus Geelong at Marvel Stadium. Geelong kicking 5 goals 5 to St Kilda 4 goals 5, 29. Geelong are up by 6 points. Let's go to the second quarter. St Kilda have kicked 5 goals 2 to Geelong 3 goals 5. And at halftime, St Kilda are up by 3 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, St Kilda have kicked 6 goals 5 to Geelong 2-5. And at three-quarter time, St Kilda are up by 27 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Last quarter, St Kilda have kicked 1 goal 4 to Geelong 2-1. But in the end, St Kilda have won by 24 points. Final score, St Kilda 16-16, 112 to Geelong 12-16, 88. All right, that concludes round 3 for AFT Die Season 5. This is the ladder, the top 8. We've got Adelaide on top, undefeated, the only undefeated side for Season 5. And we've got 3 teams, North Melbourne, Sydney, and West Coast Eagles are winless. So they haven't had a win so far this season. The top four, we've got Adelaide on top, Brisbane second, Hawthorn third, Port Adelaide fourth. And then remaining four teams in the 8, we've got Collingwood, Gold Coast, Melbourne, and Richmond. And then we've got West Coast Eagles down on the bottom of the ladder. All right, we'll see you next time on round 4, the 27th of April, 2024.